Morning, Asa. It's Saturday. I totally forgot to make a video last night, so I'm making it this morning at 5 in the morning, and then I'm going to go back to bed. On a tangential note, I feel like we should not make videos on weekends or weekend time. Or maybe switch up the schedule so that way we can enjoy time with each other. Because I just came home to visit the fam, and I forgot to make my last video, and this one I almost forgot. And I would just very much rather enjoy just seeing you guys, but that's neither here nor there. I thought I'd talk about the weirdness of D&D's teamwork, because I played D&D last night, and I thought it'd be interesting to think about. So in most games, you're teammates, and you have an objective goal. There is an outside goal. But in D&D, each of your players have a goal besides just the main outline. So, like, there is usually a main goal, like kill big bad guy, but often your characters develop their own goals and wishes and hopes, and like they're meant to be a character more, not just a player. So the goals are almost always outside of the one main goal. They've got some sort of, oh well, my dad's dead, so I want to avenge him, or I don't want to kill anyone because, like, I'm good, goals like that. And it leads to a lot of interesting conflict that feels unavoidable in an interesting way. So I feel like there's two types of conflict in D&D. There's the bad conflict, which is, oh, I like the idea that my character just keeps all the gold he finds from everyone else, and then he does it. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's conflict because you're just kind of being a jerk. But then there's conflict that's just like story conflict that you can't really avoid, as in, like, one of the player characters will do something that is just morally objectionable. That is morally objectionable to one of the other players, and there's not much you can do about that because you can't just, like, in most cases, it feels wrong to just be like, oh, my character looks the other way, because, like, if it was real life, it's D&D, so it'll never be real life, but you know what I mean. You wouldn't do that, right? Like, if your friend kills someone in front of you and you're against killing people, you'd be like, hey dude, quick aside, what the heck? It's really interesting that D&D creates these types of conflicts that, as a player, I feel so bad for doing, because, like, that's your goal is to have fun and work together, but are kind of unavoidable, just because you're playing a character that is in theory a whole fleshed out person. And so you end up in these weird, awkward things where you get tension and you get competition and you get disagreements that just can break up parties. It's super interesting. And of course, some games are played where that tension is tried to be downplayed as much as possible. So it'll be like, oh, well, the character will be, okay, well, I'm never killing again to bring up this, because I don't want to bring up this tension. And some games are run by Alex, where that kind of stuff is invited. Anyway, so if you have any thoughts on that, feel free to share. But I thought it was interesting to think about how D&D lends itself more than other games to naturally have that kind of conflict arise. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed again. I hope you have a great day. It was great seeing you over Thanksgiving. And go Pack Go. F the Bears. I'll see you on Monday.